Alright, now we are here at my favorite part, and now we are going to try this delicious and savory double cheeseburger.
Welcome back, Veggie family. We are happy to see you again this weekend. So I know many of you guys may have children that have either just started back to school or may be going back to school this Monday. And that might be looking different for each family. Some may be homeschooled, some may remote learning, some may even going in the classroom. So what we wanted to bring you today was a recipe that will be great for not only you, but for your children. A nice, healthy dessert. So today, we are going to be making homemade pear sauce. And you are going to love it. Right here, right now on Vegetari-Yum. So for our crock pot pear sauce, we are going to need approximately 8 to 10 medium pears, cored and diced. Now these can be whatever kind of pears that you want. Our pears are actually cooking pears that came off of our own tree. So that's why you will already see that they are prepared, because I had to pre-prepare them a while back and put them in the freezer so we didn't lose our pears. 1 cup of water, a half a teaspoon of cinnamon, a fourth a teaspoon of nutmeg, a fourth a teaspoon of ginger, and then 3 tablespoons of sugar in the raw. Now that is optional. I typically do not use sugar because this recipe does not need it, but if you are just gung-ho on using sugar, try to use sugar in the raw. It's a better option, and you only need 3 tablespoons. So we are now ready to load our crock pot. Now, as I had mentioned before, these pears came off of our trees out in our backyard. So these pears have already had all of their ingredients added ahead of time, and I had them in the freezer. So we are now just loading them in our crock pot. Okay?
So actually, that's kind of a good idea. If people have pears and they're going to store them, they can go ahead and do all this stuff to them ahead of time, and then freeze them, and then just take them out and throw them in the crock pot.
Sure, especially if someone, has a batch of pears either from their own personal tree, or maybe they got them from the farmer's market or something like that, and they're getting ready to go bad and they don't want to lose them. You can go ahead and prepare them ahead of time and put them in the freezer.
Of course, don't put the cup of water in till last, because you don't want a big thing of ice pears.
No, please don't put the water in the container. Right. And they can be in the freezer, they can be in a Ziploc bag or in a freezer safe container. So now that we have them in the crock pot with their water, now we are ready to close our crock pot, plug it in, and we are actually going to cook ours on high. So if you're cooking them on high, that's going to be just about 3 to 4 hours. Now if you want to cook them on low because you have a lot of other stuff to do and you don't have time to really keep a check on them, then you're going to want to cook them on low for about 6 to 8 hours. Alright, so we are going to put a lid on it, and we are going to begin our cooking. So we will see you later.
In 3 or so hours.
3 hours later.
So our time is up, and it is time for us to prepare our pear sauce.
Oh wow. Oh wow. You smell that.
Yes, it does.
It smells like fall. It smells like one of those pumpkin places when you go in and they have like a gift shop with candles in it.
Yes.
Oh wow, that smells fantastic.
Can you see that in the camera?
Yeah.
Okay, so these are nice and soft now. So at this point you have a couple different options. If you have a blender that can handle hot food like this, fresh out of the crock pot, you can put it in a blender and blend it. If not, if you have an immersion blender, you can blend it right here in the crock pot. Okay, so we decided to move it to a bowl to use our immersion blender so I can get a better blending opportunity here. So let's give it a try.
That looks pretty good. Get this all blended up nice for you.
I need my... Really?
And we'll, oh, sorry, starting to take shape. All right, so that looks like we're good to go. And the thing I like right at the beginning is the color. It's not that really boring yellow applesauce color.
Nope, and that's the nice part about putting those spices in there that we put in there, so that gives it a nice color. And again, like Eric said, I wish you guys could smell this through the camera because it smells so amazing.
Yeah, it smells fantastic. And it's pears, which are just better than apples anyway.
No, they're all good.
I mean, except Apple Jacks. Those are great. The good part is now I get to eat some of it. So let's taste it.
Absolutely.
All right, everybody, it's that time again. And today we are looking at this wonderfully delicious pear sauce. Now I want to bring you in here and check it out. It's got a nice texture. It's got a very, very nice color. Much more beautiful than boring looking applesauce. But you didn't come to this channel for this. You came to see how it tastes. And it's good. Be over here pretending I've tasted it for the first time when I've tasted it before because it's so delicious. The cinnamon is really good. The pear taste jumps really out at you. It's definitely a different flavor than like an applesauce or something. But the thing I really like is even though it was optional in the menu items, we didn't actually use any sugar in it at all, and it's still extremely nice and sweet because of the natural sweetness of the pears, and I love it. And on a side note, I really love this because I love pears and I love pear sauce. Now, anyone that knows me knows I'm not really a big applesauce fan at all, even though I seem to get it a lot of times in my lunches. But apples are kind of like corn on the cob. I love corn on the cob, but when you take that corn off, I can't stand it. Apples are the same way. I like apples, but in applesauce, I don't like it. But this, if you're like, I want my kid to eat some applesauce, but they're not eating applesauce, they don't like it, try this, because I could eat this all day long and, all the time. Doesn't matter. It's just delicious. It's easy to make. Just like any crock pot recipe, you put it in there, you let it cook, you blend it up, boom, it's done. And as opposed to just being a regular dessert, of course, it's a great snack. So if you want to send it with your kid to school or your kid's homeschool and you're having it here, it's something that you can have over the course of a few days and you don't have to worry about them loading themselves down with candy bars or any of that stuff. So that is very, very delicious pear sauce. I hope you like this. I hope you try it because, like I said, it's really easy to make and it is actually really, really delicious and nutritious. And if you're one of these parents that always buys the applesauce when you go to the grocery store for your kid, I'm sure they would love to try something new. So that'll do it for us. Thank you so much for watching us. Please share our channel, share this video, subscribe if you haven't, and like because it's easy and it's free. And until the next time we see you guys, from all of us here at Vegetari-Yum, I'm Eric.
I'm Shelly.
And we will see y'all later.
Bye.
See ya.